Morning, Coach Beach. How you doing?
Morning, Coach Bart.
I want you to tell us a little bit about your team and some of the successes you guys have had on and off the court this season.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say that my guys, they've really come a long way. Initially, last year, they had a few problems academically. They were able to move past, and this year we were able to focus totally on not only our academics, but as well as the athletic part of being a basketball player and a student athlete. They've been successful this year as far as winning. We've had a few losses, but for the most part, we've been in every game. The losses that we have had is because of primarily effort, not being focused, and just being tired mentally and emotionally as well as physically. So hopefully they're able to move past that and be successful as we make our state run.
Very good. Now, you guys have been playing well as of late. Tell me a little bit about the drive and determinations that the boys have been showing on the court.
Well, honestly, I've been quite surprised at the self-motivation that they've exhibited. A lot of our kids, they realize that this may be their last time competing as far as basketball for their life, and they're leaving everything on the court. They're working extremely hard behind the scenes in class as well as in practice to prepare for the next game, which is February 1st. And I'm truly confident that they'll seize the moment and they'll be ready to let their light shine on the court.
Very nice. Now, we all know about the team success. Maybe if you highlight one or two players on your team that have showed hard work on and off the court.
Yes, well, several of our kids, they've been doing well. Donovan Newby, who attends Roosevelt School, and Jalen Giddings, who attends Wilson School. They are our two team captains and our primary leaders, but their leadership has oozed out and affected other kids on our team in several ways. A gentleman by the name of Juan Reyes, he's a very good student. He's not always on the court, but he shows through hard work that he leads in the classroom and he's a great teammate. Another young man, Cameron Floyd, he's our only 7th grader, but he's come a long way as far as communicating with teachers at school, helping himself and not being prompted to do so. So we've had a lot of growth in so many areas on and off the court that I'm just so very happy in all the success they've had.
Very nice. That's good to hear. Now as we talked a little bit, what are some of your thoughts and feelings as you guys started the season, as you guys started practice and heading into those first couple games? What were some of your thoughts and feelings about the season, how it was going to progress?
Well, I honestly didn't know where we would land. I know we had a lot of returning people who came back to the 8th grade team from the 7th grade team the previous year, and I just really wanted to just wrap my mind around them, get as much experience out of the year as possible in preparation for the state run if we were able to do so. Well, they really reached above my goals that I had for them, and in the meantime, I just felt like I needed to use that momentum to continue to build upon the foundation that they've laid as far as their success this year, and that's what we continue to do. That's what we strive to do moving forward. We want to continue winning. We want to continue improving in our game so that hopefully we can open up a few eyes and they will allow them to prepare for high school and be a part of some basketball team, track team, football team, some extracurricular activity when they get in high school.
Excellent. Yeah, we definitely want all of our student athletes here to participate in any activity outside, when they get to high school and so forth. Very nice, Coach. Now, within the last couple of weeks, you had a few tough losses at James Hart. One at the end of the conference and then one in the conference tournament. What are a couple things that you're saying to your team, in practice or in the locker room to get them to know that, hey, we can beat James Hart, or some steps we need to do in order to beat James Hart?
Well, I don't just want to say James Hart, Coach, because when you get this far, it's any team that can potentially send you home for the rest of the year. So we're not speaking as far as specific teams, but we're speaking in general. One game at a time. We need to pay attention to this. Be specific as far as what we're trying to address as far as details. We want to communicate better and more effectively than we have. And we ultimately want to seize the moment. Sometimes we've come out in games and we just didn't have the energy and we were in a funk, but for no apparent reason. So we need to know that it can be over if we have a bad game or if we don't tune into what's in front of us. And ultimately just step up. That's what we have to do. Step up, play, have fun, enjoy the moment. A lot of kids, they don't enjoy the moment, Coach. And we want them to enjoy the moment, but we want them to be successful and win it by doing everything they possibly can while they're on the court together as one unit.
Right. I definitely like that message that you're sending, that, hey, anybody can beat us. It's one and done. Don't look for it. I definitely like that message. Lastly, I want you to tell everyone who's watching us today, why should they come out and support our boys here at District 170 as they make their run towards a state championship?
Okay, well, I think that's important. First and foremost, anything that we do, we need to gather the support of everybody. We need the teachers, the administrators, the staff. We need parents. We need peers of these young men to come out in droves, because I don't remember the last actual year, but we have had too much success consistently with our boys basketball program. This is one of the best years they've had in a very long time, and I think it's important that we show them that we love and support them in action. Not talking about it, but actually physically coming out and supporting them as best we can, because when we look at some of these gyms that we visit and some of these programs at these existing schools around us, they have a lot of support. And we've done what we've done and been successful this year with little to no support. So I just ask that you get behind these guys and show your support by being as loud as you can, well-wishing them, encouraging them, and even though they may not do what they want to do in the end, but they may, that you still are able to encourage them moving forward after basketball season, because the year won't be over, just the basketball season will be over, and we want them to finish the school year better than they started. So I think that's important, that we show them and not just talk about it. We talk about encouraging people and supporting people, but how can we show them? We need to be action. We need to be about the action and not just the talk. And that's what another thing that we talk about with the kids. We talk about everything, but okay, how are we going to follow through? How are we going to put that into action? And I think the support needs to be in action.
Definitely. Not truer words spoken, Coach. You made a believer out of me. I'm a follower. I'm going to be at all your games, and I hope everyone else watching this will come out and support.
Well, I appreciate it, Coach.
Hey, thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you all as well.
Coach Milton, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Here we have Coach Eric Middleton, 7th grade boys basketball coach. I just want you to tell us a little bit about your team, maybe from beginning to end, how you guys have transitioned over this basketball season.
It's been a long season. We've had our ups and downs. Started off the year with 14 kids, all from different schools, so it takes a little while to build that camaraderie and get all the kids on the same page. I had a little problems with academic issues, difficulties, things of that nature. So, I go from having 14 kids to now playing with 5 to 6 kids. And out of those 5 or 6, maybe only 2 of them had actually had playing experience. So during the middle of the season, we took our losses, we took some lumps. But we still encourage those students who are not allowed to be with us due to grades to keep working hard, to keep getting after it. We still want them to be a part of the team. We still need them. And if they can get their grades in line, when they come back to the team, we could possibly do something special. So, like I said, had high hopes starting off. Went downhill a little bit, but now it seems like we're gaining a little bit more momentum and kind of getting to where we should be.
Nice. Now, we know that you guys have been playing well as of late.
Yes.
Tell me about some of the drive and determination that the boys have been showing on and off the basketball court this season.
Well, since we've had the full roster back, the kids are really working hard in school. Behavior-wise, as well as their grades have been showing, and I think that kind of transfers onto the court. There's not as much laughing and joking around during practice. Kids are more focused and determined. They know we basically have 2 hours to get our practice in and learn everything that we're going to need to know for that week of games or that upcoming game. So I just think they bought in. They bought into the program. They bought into the system, and now they're able to focus and lock in and do what's asked of them, and they're retaining the information now. In the beginning, like I said, missing out on some of the key players. We were asking other guys to do things for us, and a lot of them weren't able to retain all the information and everything we did. Now that we're together as this unit, it seems like things are clicking and it's sticking with them, and we're able to move on, from day to day and get better and build.
Nice. So that's definitely good to hear how you guys came along.
Yes.
Now we know about the success as a team that you guys have been having.
Correct.
Maybe is there one or two players on the team that you would like to highlight for their hard work on and off the court? Maybe a player has came a long way from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, working on their academics, working on their behavior, and also working on the basketball court.
Okay. I think Jamar Daniel. He's a very hard worker on and off the field. He's a football guy, which I love. I'm a football guy. He played for the South Holland Jets, and they just won the Super Bowl, for his division. And he brings that hard work ethic. I can see he has that on and off the court. He's all over the court for me. Makes amazing plays. It's just a very high energy kid. Never had any problems with him as far as his grades or being ineligible. And not only is he an example of what he does on the basketball court, but he's also an example of what he does in the classroom. Cameron Floyd has been huge for us. Unfortunately for me, he's a 7th grader, but he's played on the 8th grade team this entire year. Because of the way the rules work, I was able to use him for the conference playoffs as well as now the regionals that we're in. So he's been a big uplift for the guys. I think when he's around, the team feels more confident, as a whole, as a team. With him having that experience of playing with the 8th grade the entire year, learning under Coach Beach, and he's able to come and kind of be like my court general for me out there and help the guys and get them in place and talk to them and motivate them and keep them upbeat. So that's been a tremendous blessing for me, I would say, and a huge part of our success these past couple of weeks. Having him come down and influence my 7th graders that I have. So that and all the kids, all the kids are great. All the kids work hard. Those were 2 that come to mind, but all the kids, really try hard, really want to win, and give us great looks in practice, which are able to make our guys that much better. Right,
yeah, definitely within the past few weeks I've been watching you guys, and I could see Cam kind of instilling his will, as the leader, and, he's getting guys going. That's awesome to see that he's able to come down and lead those 7th graders.
Yeah, definitely.
As coaches start the season and tryouts, you got 50, 60, ball players out there.
Yes.
And you're looking forward to the season. What were some of your thoughts and feelings, as you saw this team kind of taking shape? Where do you think this team was heading and to where you are now?
I tell the kids one thing. It's not so much about the wins and losses. I mean, obviously it is. Don't get me wrong. I love to go undefeated, win the state championship, but there's so much more that they can learn. My one goal that I had set for the kids was to get better every game. Now, even if we would have lost every game, as long as there was improvement from game to game, as a coach, I was happy with that. My job as the 7th grade coach is to prepare them for the 8th grade team. The 8th grade coach then in turn prepares them for the high school team if they're fortunate enough to make that team. So that was my goal, to develop players. I had a lot of kids on my team who have never played organized basketball before. And some kids I was able to take chances on. Maybe kid was tall or one was fast or whatever the case may be. I was able to take chances on these kids and put them together and kind of just watch them grow. As a coach, I believe you can. There's 2 things that you can control: the mental errors that you make and the hard work, the heart. What type of effort you put forth. There's always going to be someone taller than you, stronger than you, bigger than you, faster than you. But if you can limit the mental mistakes, and if you give me as much effort as you have all the time, I'll take that. I'll work with that all day, because I know in the end they're going to be successful, not only on the court, but off the court as well. So it's about those life lessons that we're going to learn through a sport, basically.
Definitely, and hopefully some of these life lessons that you're teaching translates into the classroom, and
Correct.
they can stop making those
Absolutely.
mental mistakes in the classroom.
Yes,
And, so
yes.
being a coach and a teacher, we're kind of on the same
Absolutely.
page.
That's at the end of the day, it's they work hand in hand, and when they get it on one end, we hope that it translates and they're able to get it on the other end.
Definitely, we all can agree on that. Lastly, I want you to tell everyone who's watching, why should they come out and support our boys? Why should they continue this run and continue to cheer for our boys as they have success within the state playoffs?
Okay. Well, it's it can get frustrating at times. When you look in the stands and you don't really have that support, or you're at an away game and the other team's stands are filled, or even sometimes at your own home games and the other team has more fans there for you. And I just think it's a great experience for the kids to see that support, to see, not only friends of theirs in the stands, but adults who are cheering for them, who are caring for them, who want them to win, and are able to see them off outside of the classroom, see the type of kid they may be, and how hard they hustle and how hard they work. So like I said, we started off rough, but we're kind of getting to that point right now to where we're ready to gel. And I definitely think we can do something special. This will be a very difficult team to play. Brookwood is a great team. We definitely have our hands full. We've played them twice already this year, and we've lost to them both times. So just having fans come out to support us and cheer us on and really let these kids know that they care and they want us to win and want us to succeed. If that makes one kid play just that much better, I obviously think that it's worth it. So, please come out, support, cheer us on, and win, lose, or draw. And, we thank you for being there with us and being a part of this ride.
Definitely, yeah. That game tomorrow is at Forest Trail Junior High in Park Forest. Game time is 4 o'clock. We hope to see everyone there. Okay, thanks Coach Milton for coming in.
Thank you.